Hello and welcome to the third season of the official AOR highlight videos, the 6th season of the AOR F1 League in its current format, and the 8th season of AOR overall on the Codemasters F1 games. I'm Fisi and I'm here to take you through the teams and driver lineup for Season 8 before we get into the racing. And the big story ahead of this season is of course that the 5-time consecutive F1 champion Noble 2909 has decided to take a season on the sidelines, and we will therefore not be seeing the AOR's most accomplished driver on the grid this season. While it is of course sad to see such a brilliant driver step down, this in a way makes the coming season even more interesting for the remaining drivers, as it opens up the door for someone else to capture the crown and take home the championship. Noble's teammate from the past 3 seasons, X360 G, leads off the driver lineup for Season 8. He finished P2 in last season's championship and will surely be one of the favourites for the title this season. He says that he expects the title fight to be incredible and aims to win the championship for himself, claiming it's his best ever chance now with Noble out of the picture. It will still not be an easy task though. Matty will line up in the Red Bull car for this season alongside last season's 3rd place finisher TRL Limitless, the pair forming a team that looks to be the favourite for the Constructors title. How much of a partnership it will be remains to be seen though, with Limitless also hoping to claim the championship for himself. He says this season will be the most competitive yet and knows that both speed and consistency will be required to reach the top step. The next team in the lineup is Mercedes, a constructor that was absent from the grid in Season 7, and they will field both of last season's McLaren teammates Randy McScrandy and Ricky C. Randy achieved his first F1 race win at the end of last season and feels his next aim now is to mount a challenge for the championship, although he is unsure of how much practice he'll be able to put in with other commitments potentially getting in the way. Ricky C on the other hand is yet to achieve his first F1 race win despite showing blistering pace at times during the previous 2 seasons, and he says this is the season where he finally wants to take the step onto the top of the podium. If Ricky can maintain his strong pace consistently over the course of the season, then who knows, he might be a dark horse for the championship. Next up we got the Norwegian driver Fisi, another veteran in the F1 League but one that has yet to achieve the big results. Apart from a couple of podium finishes in Season 6, Fisi has found himself a consistent midfield challenger and admits that he still lacks the ultimate pace of the title contenders. He claims that the field will be closer than ever this season and expects a tough fight to continue his run of top half finishes. He also hopes he can get himself back onto the podium at some point but realizes that this will require a near perfect race. Fisi will be driving in the Williams car and his teammate for this season will be KPDK92, a pair which has a lot of history from early seasons of AOR. Kerry, as is easily known as, will make his debut in the top F1 League after winning the GP2 championship in Season 7. He wants to establish himself as a regular point scorer in the top league and says that if he's snapping at the heels of the top 5 at the end of the season, he would be really satisfied, but concedes that this of course is much easier said than done. Next up we got the Marussia team, formed by 2 TRL boys, TRL Martin and TRL Rosberg. Martin showed some real promise after joining the F1 League midway through last season, with finishing on the podium in his debut race in Belgium. He says he does not quite expect to be in the championship fight, but hopes to add to his tally of podium finishes and be a consistent point scorer. TRL Rosberg only did 5 races in F1 last season after joining before the Korean Grand Prix. He started off impressively with 2 straight podium results before dropping down the field slightly, but he has already showed that he's got incredible pace, especially in qualifying, and if he can bring that pace into the races on a regular basis, he'll surely have an outside chance at winning the championship. Then we have the Ferrari team, which forms the 2nd TRL partnership on the grid. TRL Minty is another driver who joined the league midway through Season 7, and he has proven with consistent top 6 finishes that he has the pace to compete at the highest level. Minty is aiming high for Season 8 and wants to fight at the sharp end of the field, also targeting a top 5 finish in the standings. Minty lines up alongside TRL Maisie, no, not the Czech veteran from Season 7 Maisie CZ, as he, like Noble, has also stepped down for this season, but TRL Maisie, the man who finished runner-up in GP2 last season and is now set to make his F1 debut. He admits that it will be a great challenge to participate in F1 and hopes to sneak into the points positions on a regular basis. For his first season up, he aims to avoid the relegation spot and stay in F1 for the following season. The Caterham team consists of 2 drivers returning from last season. TraceMe92 is another veteran of F1 who we know has the pace to challenge the top drivers on a good day, but he lacked the consistency last season and could find himself going from a brilliant top 5 finish one race to getting lapped the next, so it will be interesting to see what kind of form he carries into the new season. The Italian driver The Contadins lines up alongside him, another driver who ended up in the lower half of the table last season. He will surely be looking to get back into the top 10 and have a more consistent season this time around. We've got a total of 6 quick drivers coming up from GP2 this season, and the Toro Rosso team will be featuring 2 of them. For the first time since Tiamat Marduk stepped down at the end of Season 5, we have an Australian presence in the league, with Powerpuff moving up after finishing 3rd in GP2 and thus claiming the final automatic promotion spot. He hopes to finish above the other GP2 promotees and possibly challenge for the podium at his best circuits. The second Toro Rosso driver is Leobot. He finished 5th in GP2 last season, but was awarded a move up to F1 due to the 3 extra spots opening up after Noble, Macy CZ and SE Racing team stepped down. Leo will be the first Swedish driver in F1 since season 5 and 3rd overall. He hopes he can challenge the established drivers in the league and says it would be awesome if he could get himself onto the podium this season. And finally, the 8th and final team on the grid is Sauber, and they've gone for an all-French lineup this season. We have never had a French driver in the top division of AOR before, but now we have 2. Citizen IV finished 4th in GP2 and is looking forward to test himself against top competition. His teammate is Extra, who moved up from 6th place in GP2 and as such would theoretically be a favourite for relegation, but we all know that surprises can happen in racing. The 2 Frenchmen have several years of experience with racing each other, so it'll be interesting to see who comes out on top in the French fight when the pressure is on. So there we have it. We might be lacking a defending champion this season, but we have 16 hungry drivers ready to battle it out over the coming 18 races. And that all starts off very soon with the Australian Grand Prix, so I hope you will join us for what should be an amazing Season 8.